Hey everyone, welcome to Soccer World Predictions Gameweek 20. We have, of course, Thivian returning and myself, and we have a Liverpool fan with us, Zunair, for this week.
Hello guys,
Zunair, how you doing, bro?
bro, I'm good. How are
Good?
you?
Yeah, bro, I'm good. I'm good. So from last week's predictions, we had Akil and me tied at the top. So we're hopefully gonna continue that trend. And yeah, with that, we'll jump right into the predictions.
Mhm.
Since Zunair is the guest, we'll have him go first. Everton versus Newcastle. So, what are your thoughts?
Bro, I'm gonna go with Newcastle, Everton 2, Newcastle 0.
Everton 2, Newcastle 0. Any? What's your reason
Yeah,
for picking Everton?
well, recently Everton has been like in better form, and they are the better team for me. And they do have a lot. I think their attack is gonna be like too much for Newcastle.
Yeah. Actually, especially with James back, he's a baller,
Yeah,
bro. He's in form.
yeah, he
Yeah.
is. Let's
Yep.
let's let's hope Pickford doesn't screw me over.
He's in Pickford. Yeah, fair enough. Okay, Thivian, how about you? How you feel about this game?
I mean, honestly, I'm looking at the table right now. I mean, Everton is one of those sides where they were doing brilliant at the beginning. Then, of course, they stagnated. Now they're coming back. However, I feel like it's gonna be one of those things where even though Newcastle is doing poorly right now, I feel like Everton's gonna mess up a bit. So I'm actually gonna go for a 1-1 draw.
Damn.
Damn. Okay, you're backing them to come back, huh? From their loss last week
I
or
mean,
this week?
Newcastle's gonna be poor regardless, but I just think that Everton's gonna slip up a bit this time around.
Well, as a Liverpool fan, I hope you're right.
Yeah, we got two scousers in here, a bit of bias. Yeah. So myself, I feel like Newcastle, especially with Callum Wilson up front, and they have Almiron and Fraser, so they do have a goal in them. But I think eventually Everton, with their firepower, will be good, just about good enough. And I think they take this 2-1, Everton. Yep. Okay, so that's the first fixture out of the way. Next up we have Crystal Palace hosting Wolves. Zanero,
Oh, okay.
thoughts?
So for this one, I think Wolves have been like terrible this season as compared to the previous seasons. And Crystal Palace
Yeah.
have a few very good players, Zaha and Izzy, and some others. So I'm gonna go with a Crystal Palace win, and once again I'm gonna go with the 2-0.
Damn. I got 2-0 FC, eh? Yeah, yeah. Wolves were, I don't know, they've been pretty poor, but they held Chelsea to a draw. So let's see.
Well, I mean
Davian, how about you? How are
that
you
is
feeling about this?
Crystal Palace is such a weird team. They're one of those teams where they can actually look pretty good on the night, and then other times where they go on a poor run of like losses and whatnot. It's absolutely crazy. I mean, you look at last season as
Yeah,
well. Jesus Christ, they were doing well in the beginning, and then like they've been in this like losing streak and everything. Fortunate enough, it didn't like bring on to this season. But yeah, they're one of those teams where it's just meh. But for this game at least, I don't know. Again, they're having like mixed results all over the place. Sometimes they are very very good defensively, as you can see from Arsenal, and then sometimes they just capitulate um, against us. So it's a really hard one to really predict. But I think Wolves will have it over the line. I do think they're going to concede though, so I'm going to go with 2-1 to Wolves.
okay, fair shot, fair shot. 2-1 to Wolves. Honestly, personally, I think that Wolves, they just, every time I see them, they just look so bad, but they somehow, I mean, they're not even grinding out results as much this season. They have like three losses in their last five, and I think without Jimenez, their attacking threat is minimal.
and
And
Jota
similarly, sorry.
and Jota. So like,
Yeah, bro. You guys are quite happy to take him, huh?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, yeah, but on the other hand, I feel like Palace is a bit leaky. They've been shipping goals, so I can't separate them honestly. I'll just go for a 1-1 over here. Okay, next up we have the league leaders, and I'm assuming everyone's title favorites at the moment. Man City versus the upset Kings, Sheffield,
Ah,
the bottom place.
the real United, man. Like, you know what?
Yeah,
Sometimes you
yeah,
have
sure,
those
man.
And
spurts. You know what I mean? But what can I say? The Sheffield United showed their class,
with the better
Yeah, of
United,
course.
especially against United teams like Newcastle United, Manchester United.
yeah, the
But
small clubs.
Harry Maguire was feeling quite generous against his old team.
quite
So
generous,
you know
mate.
what?
He's the only one that was fighting against his own team.
Nah, nah, bro. That was fake. That
Bro, the
goal
guy
was
is
for show.
always generous.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So Zunair, bro, how you feeling about that one?
Okay, so bro, first of all, as we know, there aren't a lot of teams that Sheffield United can score two against. So like,
Mm,
as we know, I'm gonna go with a KG 1-0 win for City because as good as City are, they will be missing De Bruyne. They don't have a natural striker. Is Jesus
mm-hmm.
fit?
Yeah, but he's been on the bench, so
Yeah, he's been on the
I don't know
bench.
if
So
he's
like,
gonna start.
I don't think I can't I. It can be one of those games where City score early and then after that they start they just score and score. But I can see that happening. So I'm gonna go with a 1-0 win.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like City they've been grinding out wins recently, so yeah, one
Yeah.
nil isn't the most outrageous shout. Yep, moving on to Thivian. Bro, how you feel?
I mean, I think the reason why the West Ham game, sorry, West Brom game was what it is because I mean, I know we talk about narratives all the time and everything, but obviously Big Sam he's feeling himself this season, bigging up himself for what he's obviously, of course, he is goated. I mean, he's done it so many times and everything, but when it comes to some of these games and whatnot, he bigs himself too much, and then well, there you go. He got burned. But for the Sheffield
Yeah,
United
fact.
game, I feel like because Sheffield United are pushing so hard to stay in the league and everything, and they're trying their best, they definitely are going to make a KG. Fortunately, I don't see them winning the game, and I think it is going to be a tight affair. So I think it's going to be a comfortable Man City 2-0 win, but don't be surprised if the goals come later in the game rather than sooner.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, I was gonna go 2-0 myself, because especially with the way City's been playing, they don't seem to expend a lot of energy. I mean, the last game was an exception, but usually they've been scoring early, and then they've been managing the game. And I feel like Sheffield is really desperate right now with their situation, and they're gonna give their all every single game. So
And the Ruben
it,
Diaz
I can,
and John Stones combination is
yeah, bro.
working a
That's
piece.
that's like a guaranteed clean sheet for you. So yeah, 2-0 is probably the result I'll go with as well. Okay, then we have West Brom versus Fulham. Who's
Oh,
in there,
Okay,
buddy.
so
bro? Thoughts?
so like the two teams who are like in terrible form right now.
Relegation zone
Um,
teams. Yep.
yeah. So they both have been pretty awful in the last 5 games each have played. So like I don't know. I'm just gonna go with the 1-1 because they both have been very bad defensively, and
Yeah.
I can see both of them scoring at least once.
Okay, fair enough. 1-1. Yeah, honestly, these even the West Brom Brighton game was dull, so
Yeah.
wouldn't be surprised if this is the same thing. Davian, thoughts?
I mean, to be fair, I look at Fulham like when they were last time coming into the Premier League and whatnot. I thought that time they spent so much money and everything. It was unbelievable, and they did really, really poor. It was kind of reminds me of like Aston Villa last season, where they almost got relegated. And like you see the difference between when you make too many signings, and then it can stir
Mhm.
up the pot, and then you can do really poorly. And then compared to this season for Aston Villa, for example, they made smart signings, and look where they are right now, which is big turnaround on their end. But for Fulham, I see at least I see a little bit more fight in terms of some of the results. Like you look at the Leicester they got against Leicester, the result they got against Tottenham and everything. Even though the squad is bad, and of course with West Brom, um, even though Big Sam like he still got a bit of good results. I mean, fairly enough Liverpool, I can't believe it.
Yeah.
And Wolves as well. But one of the standalone players for West Brom is obviously Matthias Pereira, who's been absolutely
Yeah.
doing brilliant.
One
Um,
of my favorites,
yeah,
to be
yeah,
honest.
yeah, I actually like that guy. Like he's a proper baller in it. But the
Yeah.
issue is as well, like he's in a team where they're struggling right now. But he has shown his class with a proper manager coming in and absolutely brilliant. Even with Fulham, I think there are still notable players like I think Anguissa, players like that. But at the moment, it's
Caballero.
about who wants it the most. And I feel like
Yeah.
because of Big Sam and his reputation, um, I'm gonna actually be a little bit gutsy. I think it's gonna be a 3-1 win to West Brom, and you know what? Maybe a little bit of a hot take. I think it's gonna be Matthias Pereira that gets a hat trick. I'm
Hey,
not. I'm not. I'm
hey,
not putting any like money on this or
let's
anything either. But yeah, why
Bro,
not?
Steven's going brave this.
let's. Damn, bro. I mean, you do have a good track record with these bold takes, so let's see how this one goes.
Is that supposed to be
Yeah,
sarcastic or is
now
it supposed to be genuine? I don't even know.
no, that was genuine, bro. Don't worry. Yeah, okay. So for me, this is kind of like a dead game, but Fulham, I mean, West Brom has shipped 48 goals this season, and I just I don't know how you can survive in the league with that kind of defensive record, but and Fulham, I mean, the West Brom does have that Matthias Pereira that I rate a lot, but Fulham also has Loftus Cheek and Caballero, who I personally like a lot. And instead of sitting on the fence, I think I'm just gonna go with a Fulham win. Why not? So I think Fulham's gonna get 2 goals, and they will ship one. So 2-1 to Fulham for me.
Matthias
Damn.
Pereira.
Yeah, rip for him. I mean, he might get a goal still, but I don't back them to win. Okay, moving on to the blockbuster game of the week. We have
Way.
we have the Gunners versus the Red Devils. Arsenal hosts Manchester United.
Well, we already know what
Let's
happened
go.
last time around.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
have
we
two
do.
Scousers here, so don't bank on some realistic predictions.
Nah,
Yo,
bro,
okay,
see.
Zunair, you're up first.
Okay, so all bias aside, I think United are just terrible.
Okay, wow, bias aside, huh? Fair enough.
Okay, no, but like, I feel like this is gonna be like one of those open games where both teams just attack. I hope it's one of those games. And Arsenal has been in pretty good form recently, and United will be coming back from a Sheffield loss, so they would want a response.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
um, I'm gonna be brave here, and I'm gonna go for an Arsenal win, and I feel like it's
Great.
gonna be like 3-2 Arsenal win with obviously Bruno scoring two penalties, as we
I'll
all
take it,
know.
bro. Take it. Or
And
maybe he
so
scores a free kick this time, last minute. Oh,
oh, okay.
never mind. We've seen that before.
Okay, we don't. But see, we don't have Lingard this time to dance at Emirates. So like
Yeah, actually, he's their nightmare.
that, that's just sad. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go with Arsenal 3 United 2.
Damn. Okay, that's a bold shout. Davian, you're gonna back Arsenal as well, or you
Okay,
going with the
Come on,
Gunners?
bro.
I'm gonna be
Put
very objective
put
with.
money
I'm gonna.
put money in Arsenal.
I mean, last time around, if I put money, hey, it works. So no, I'm not.
Yeah,
I already been charitable enough
that's
tonight,
that's the way to go.
but well, like I'll be objective. Obviously, look, at the end of the night, United are there for a reason. They have been consistent throughout the season, and hence why they're there at the moment. Obviously, with Sheffield United. I think it was a big surprise for a lot of people. But again, these are the games where it really determines if you are a title, contender. If you're going to win the title or not, because they were down and about, and they managed to lose on the night. And of course, look, I think a lot of people over exaggerate the loss as like, okay, it was a huge thing. They were great offensively. It was just defensively they were absolutely horrific. David De Gea
Yeah,
blunder, and then of course, which one's maybe? I mean, it happens in football, right? He hits his knee and everything. I don't think the abuse that he got online was warranted in any means. So,
absolutely not.
um, which is ridiculous, and I think people should be condemned for it. And yeah, but in terms of this result and everything, you look at the narratives as well. What could happen as well? Arsenal is the side that is they've actually recently been really good offensively as well. With Bukayo Saka, Smith Rowe, really giving that kind of flair to them now, and with that kind of like structure that they have to try and like, especially against big sides, to be well drilled in terms of defensively and whatnot. It's going to be a struggle for Manchester United, definitely 100%. And because I'm going with the narrative card, because you look at where Liverpool is right now, realistically speaking, if United loses and Liverpool wins, they go on top. And I'll actually talk about the West Ham game a little bit later and what my thinking behind it is. But I feel like for some reason it's going to be one of those games where United are on top, Liverpool, and I'm going with the narrative card. That's basically the reason why, not because of like, okay, I wish that. I'm just going with like what possibly could happen with narratives. So because of it, I think it's going to be tight. I think Arsenal's just going to edge it and actually, for the first time in such a long time as well, do the double over United 2-1 to Arsenal.
Okay,
Hey.
we have two guys predicting an Arsenal win
Hey,
here.
I was very clear on why I think
Hey.
of it. It wasn't because of bias or anything, fam. I'm just
Hey.
narratives.
Fair enough, bro. Fair enough. Nah,
We're
personally,
unbiased.
yeah, bro. Yeah, totally, bro. Yeah, Arsenal. I mean, they do have some injury concerns. Aubameyang is obviously out for the game due to other reasons, not injury. But there were doubts on Emil Smith Rowe. Kieran Tierney is out, um, and Saka. They weren't sure if he's gonna play, but I am assuming he will play. Yeah. So even without all that, I think Arsenal have been pretty okay defensively. Like they're decent, and Arteta sets them up usually against big teams to go quite defensive. And without Aubameyang, I feel like their attack might suffer a lot, considering he's always a big part when they're playing against these big teams, and he's usually a major factor. So I'm kind of I know we've been struggling at the Emirates, but I'm confident about this weekend. I think we're gonna score early on in the first half, and then it's gonna be a
Penalty.
KG game, and we'll grab a goal at the end. So I think we'll win 2-0.
Hey.
2-0.
Yep,
Interesting.
2-0.
Interesting.
Well, I mean, the last time Zain predicted United wins, we all know what happened. So,
I mean, I've been predicting us to win for the past 15 games. We have lost one, so
well,
unlike some other fans, Liverpool fans.
Hey, I was being gutsy, man. Everybody was calling for a draw, and I was the one with the win. And guess what happened?
Yeah, yeah, bro. It's
And
okay, bro. One time lucky.
all right,
All right, next up we have the two teams that have been the unsung heroes, you could say, of the season so far. Southampton and Aston Villa. They've both
hey,
been
my
very impressive.
yangs.
They've both got ballers in the team. Zunair, how do you think this one's gonna go?
Uh, okay. I'm a bit, I don't see Aston Villa was brilliant, but the recent results haven't been really good. They lost to Burnley. They've actually
Yeah.
lost like I think they've lost thrice in the last 5 games. Southampton on the other hand have been pretty decent, but then again, Aston Villa do have some amazing players, and you never know what's gonna happen. So I don't know. I feel like this could be a 2-2 draw.
A 2-2 draw?
Yeah.
Damn, yeah, this one is a fixture between two teams that are struggling, but they have really good players, so it could
They
be
have
quite
really good
exciting
play.
if they show up.
Offensively, they're both brilliant. They can be brilliant on their
Yeah,
day.
true, true. Tivian, how about you? What are
Yeah,
your
I'm very
thoughts?
impressed. I actually I said to myself, Southampton had brilliant players, and a brilliant manager and everything. And of course, like people did judge him after the 9-0 loss and everything. But I knew that he was brilliant and whatnot, and especially building up players and like building that kind of identity that they did have and like that we did early remind what is it admire with like the Poch and then Coleman era and I mean now so yeah, brilliant. And of course for Aston Villa it is a big turnaround for them, unbelievable. And I said before, like when you bring too much like if you bring too much ingredients to like a stew, for example, right? Is you're just gonna overpower the flavor. You need to make sure that you choose the correct what is it ingredients and whatnot, right? And Aston Villa they struggled a lot last season, paying too much for many players and whatnot. They didn't weren't
Yeah,
able to gel, but they made smart signings this time. And look where they are now. Um, so yeah, and of course Jack Grealish, for example, one of the players of the season, you can say, unbelievable, especially
Brilliant.
yeah, especially
yeah,
with the side that they're in and everything, to create that much. Matty Cash, underrated right back, in my opinion,
yep,
been brilliant.
very
A
good.
great transition, and of course, probably one of the bigger signing, Emiliano Martinez. What a signing,
Oh,
and probably one of the big. I
Arsenal,
mean,
Arsenal.
Arsenal made so many
what a
mistakes,
step up.
but like,
Yeah,
what a step up, man! Like
yeah,
many mistakes, and like Aston Villa, what a masterclass of a signing that was as well. But both sides, brilliant
agree.
attacking. It's going to be a very interesting game, but I think I agree with Zunair on this one. I think it's going to be a 2-2 draw.
Damn, okay. Yeah, mm. Yeah, I honestly I love both these teams. Aston Villa, they have Ollie Watkins, Grealish, Trezeguet.
My guy,
Um,
Ole Watkins!
yeah,
Yeah,
he's amazing, bro. Yeah, I love their team honestly, and even Southampton, they've got James Ward-Prowse, Danny Ings, Che Adams. So
Underrated James
it's
Ward
gonna.
Prowse. Probably one of the
Yep.
best set piece takers, possibly in England and
uh,
everything. Yo, they should bring him up, man. Like,
Yeah,
he
genuinely.
deserves.
exactly. His record is amazing, and imagine him in the international team, like throwing, banging in crosses to Harry Maguire, bro. That's the stuff of legends.
What is it? You got Jack
Harry
Grealish, and then
Maguire.
you have James Ward. Oh my days.
That
Mm.
would be absolutely amazing. Yeah, but um, it's hard to pick between them two. But Southampton in the league, they've been a bit shaky, even though they beat Liverpool 3 games ago, which was amazing. But yeah, I feel like Aston Villa has enough in the bag, and they will win this game 2-1.
Damn. All right.
So yep, I'm gonna go with them. Next up, we have the team with the impatient board versus Burnley. Sean Dyche. Who we got? Zunair,
Okay,
bro.
so we know how Burnley plays, and we know like Tuchel has just come in, and we know how he like they set up in the last game. They didn't really create any chances. So
Yeah.
I can see this one going for a nil-nil, but
Damn.
I'm hoping for something here, and I'm just gonna say 1-0 to Burnley.
Jeez, a hot take, bro.
Hot take.
I mean,
because
I
it
would love that result, to be honest.
because everyone would, yeah, honestly, everyone would. It would be amazing, and I can honestly see that happening. Tuchel doesn't know what he's doing right now. He hasn't had enough time with the players.
Yeah,
He doesn't know his best lineup yet, and Burnley are a team that can really hurt them.
yeah. They've been winning games. They've won 2 in a row, I think now. They're on a good run of form.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tivian, you going the same way, or you think Tuchel's got this one in the bag?
Not really in the bag and everything, but I mean, like, he has quality of players. I mean, within 24 hours, he still managed to get a draw and everything against Wolves. But the final ball wasn't there and everything. So, I mean, with Tuchel as well. I mean, it sucks that he has to come at this time as well. It's absolutely ridiculous. But
Yeah.
the players that he does have, I mean, just going with Dortmund as well. Obviously with PSG, I kind of question a lot of his credibility because you look at the players that he did have. Although the midfielder was like, apart from Verratti, like who else do you really have as a good midfielder then and everything? But of course, this is a big test for him this time around, and we'll see. Because technically speaking, the players that he has now is ideal for him in my opinion. Like I look at the players he has now, it's like yeah, that's a Tuchel player. That's a Tuchel player right there. He should do well, in the long run. But I mean,
Mhm.
if obviously with a bad run of form, and then Chelsea would sack him anyways. So, but I think it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be hard driven. But I think at the end of the day, because he needs to get results anyways, Tuchel's gonna get through them. And I think it's gonna be a hard run 2-0 win to Chelsea.
2-0. Oh, okay, okay, fair, fair.
Um,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I wasn't convinced by Chelsea's performance against Wolves, but then again, Tuchel didn't have much time,
Yeah, I
right?
mean, like they
So,
had like 78 possession. They were keeping the ball. They just didn't have the final ball at the end of the day.
yeah. But I mean, he does his style of play is based on his more running, pressing, and I feel like he will favor the Germans, and Werner is bound to get back into the team eventually. And he
let's
started
hope he
Havertz,
does.
obviously. Yeah, honestly, but yeah, this game it's a very tricky one because Burnley has been in a good run of form, and I'm I'm half thinking it's gonna be a draw, but then again, I feel like Chelsea with the players they have, it's just you have to. They're bound to win eventually. So just because of that, I think they'll win 2-1. No, actually 2-0. I'm gonna go 2-0. I don't think Burnley's gonna score.
Damn. All right. Hey,
Yeah,
compromise.
Yeah, yeah, yep. Okay, we have three more to go. We have Leicester versus Leeds. Damn, that's about to be exciting.
that
Zunair,
would be
how do you
very
feel?
exciting.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, okay, first of all, Leicester is very good, and I can't see anything but a Leicester win. They have a lot of good players. And James Madison is in like amazing form right now.
Hmm.
But I can also see, Leeds scoring. Leeds can be pretty good attack and like in the attacking department. They do
Yeah,
give
yeah.
up a lot of goals, but their attack is pretty good. And once it starts working, S- but I'm gonna go for 3-0 Leicester win.
Jeez, 3-0. Not giving Leeds
Yeah,
a goal.
I don't think they can like their striker. He hasn't been in a good form recently. He hasn't really
Bamford.
scored a lot of goals. Yeah, Bamford. So, and without him, they don't really have a lot of players who score a lot of goals. They do create chances,
Yeah, they
but
created a lot of
yeah,
chances.
but I'm going with the Leicester win.
Okay, fair, fair. Yeah, I'll probably go the same way. Thivian, how are you going
Oh,
with this one?
well, Leeds is a hit or miss team to be quite honest with you. Sometimes they like, you see against West Brom, they're able to chip like what 4 or 5 goals against them, and then they lose to
Yeah.
United like what 6-2. Like, what the heck, man?
What
Jeez,
happened?
this team is like the definition of bipolar. Let's just say, but
Yeah,
when it comes to like getting so really, but if they're gonna like continue this octane and whatnot, I mean to be fair, I think at that time they didn't have like their proper defenders or whatnot, but still, even then they're not that well defensively. Regardless, I think I think realistically, but then again, I look at like Leicester sometimes when they get into those top positions. For example, they had a chance to go up the table more if they did win, but yet they bottled it
Yeah.
against Everton. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
True.
It's even against us when they were like close to that end, we still won comfortably 3-0. So I don't know if there's
Exactly.
something
Yeah.
about the mentality of the team. Sometimes it's like that thing where it's like you're only as strong as your head or like the top
yeah,
manager and whatnot. And
Just doesn't have a history of choking
yeah,
potential good position.
and that's what I'm saying. I think it's Brendan Rodgers. It wasn't Liverpool, mate. I mean, look, I
Yeah,
still,
yeah,
I
you got
still, I
me.
still do like, how he um, puts about himself and whatnot. And honestly, if it
Outstanding.
was,
Yeah.
if
Character.
if Leicester wasn't in like that top spot, I would say yeah, 3-0 easily. But now this is like a very difficult thing. I think I, I'm gonna be safe. I'm just gonna go on the fence. 1-1 draw.
Damn.
Jeez, 1-1.
There's so many. See, the thing is though, if you didn't know the league too much, you would be like, oh, okay, based on this team, how I feel about it. This, but because you know about the league, you're like, you know what? There's narratives. There's like the personnel, the press conference. You understand them. Like that all goes in when you know the
Yeah,
league too
But
well. So
yeah,
like
yeah.
with Leeds and Leicester both attacking, do you
yeah.
still see a 1-1 draw?
If Leicester had Vardy, I would have backed them to put like 4 or 5 past them maybe because they're so good on the break, and Leeds is
Yeah,
just
they
gonna
are.
come at them like time and time again, and they could have picked them off easily. But even still, I think they have a lot of talented players. They brought in a Yosi Perez last game, and he's decent. They have Madison. They have quite a bit of talent, and they've been
Harvey
unbeaten in their.
Barnes.
Yeah, Harvey Barnes. Oh, he's in form, man. Yuri Tillmans. So
Yeah.
yeah, they've been unbeaten in the last 5 games too, and but like Thivian said, they do tend to slip up whenever they have a chance to do something like go to the next level.
I mean, bear in
But
mind, like, for example, I don't think, like I said, I don't think it's Leicester. I think it's like more about Brendan. Okay. To be fair, like, look, last season, obviously, they had like multiple injuries, right? But that still doesn't
yeah,
accept the fact that they were in a good position to make top four, and they managed to completely throw it away.
yeah, they should have made that top four. And even it came down to the last day. They had United. They didn't do much that day either. But I feel like their slip up is coming, but it's not gonna be this game. I think they're gonna beat Leeds not comfortably. There's gonna be an open game, but they have better finishers, and I think it'll be 3-1 to Leicester.
Damn.
Yep, I'm gonna go comfortable. Okay, next up we have your boys' team, Liverpool, going
Hey,
to London to play West Ham. They look like a team
David
in form.
Moyes.
Moisey is in town, bro. How you feel about that one, guys?
Okay, so first of all, I don't know, West Ham are in brilliant form. They don't have any pressure. They're just, playing really well. There's a really good feel good factor around the club.
Yeah.
Liverpool, on the other hand, have been struggling recently. They did win brilliantly against Spurs, but on the whole, they've been struggling. But that Spurs performance was brilliant, and I feel like that was the game, that might have been a turning point in the season with the players getting their confidence back.
Mhm.
Um, I'm gonna go with the 3-2 win to Liverpool because, as we all know, the centre back problem. Fabinho is injured, Matip is injured, and as you all know, Van Dijk and Gomez is all are both already injured.
Hmm.
We're
Yeah.
gonna probably be playing Henderson at centre back with either Nat Phillips or Reece Williams.
I think
So
Fabinho's
Yeah.
I back
possibly. Wait, did Fabinho? Did they say he won't be able to play? I know he had a small muscle injury. So.
Klopp didn't say anything. He said
Oh,
he'll
okay.
just see. Um,
Wait.
but even if he does come back, he won't be. He won't have trained a lot.
That's true.
And even if he is playing, I can still see West Ham scoring 2 goals against us.
Yeah. Hmm.
I don't know why I just get this feeling, but I still feel like we'll outscore them and we're
Oh,
gonna win.
guys,
Let's say 3-2.
Fabinho's out for West Ham,
F.
Oh yeah, he is.
and
Obviously he is. I'm just waiting for the
and
time where we're gonna be playing under nines against Premier League teams.
Let's
Matt
go.
like
But
a
yeah, so
glimmer.
we have had worse defenses
Yeah, we had worse
in the past
defenses.
few years than Nat Phillips and Reece Williams, and we still managed to win against teams. So we had Alberto Moreno, for God's sakes.
I
Bro.
mean, we had to play two center mids at one point. Well, I mean, we played two center mids at one point, and we.
Yeah,
Fabinho is a proper center back, bro. Fabinho is
Well, I
He
mean, he
can
was
play center back.
converted, yeah. I mean, he didn't play right back in the beginning. Only Klopp is the one that kind of is like, hey, he has the body structure for it. Why not?
He can play in defense
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
we can play anyone. Klopp can play anyone anywhere.
Yeah.
He's playing a
Three
defensive middle striker, bro. For
the space
but
creator.
so yeah, I'm gonna go with the 3-2 win to Liverpool.
High scoring. Fabian, do you feel it's gonna be as high scoring, or you're gonna go with a more
You know,
safer approach?
you know what's funny though? It's the fact that you talk about the defensive problem, though. Really, the issue, at least within this like bad run, is the offense. Like literally, and it was something that should have been addressed a lot and everything. I understand like when you have like what is it? These what is it? When it comes to like a title run and everything, it's always very cagey and everything, right? People think like, oh, when you're a good title running team and whatnot, you have like these big scores and whatnot every single game. It's not particularly
Yeah,
true.
I
You
know.
always have like these dead games and whatnot, and you see with the United as well. When the run they were going at, it wasn't like these big high scoring games. They were just grinding results, right? And it made them look like a proper team that was trying to go for the big titles and whatnot, right? And then Sheffield United happened, and then now we got to reevaluate things. Well, I mean, not yet, but maybe it's a catalyst for something. Um, but hence why I don't think particularly we will win. I said in my match reaction that was anonymously disappeared, but if you do want to know why that happened, please watch the video beforehand. But anyways, I do think despite the injuries problems, I saw like the way we attacked and everything. I thought it was brilliant. And we just need to keep going and just keep working on it. Go game by game and see what happens at the end of the season. And obviously West Ham, they're no pressure, but obviously they're gonna look at it now. They're like, okay, they're versing Liverpool, and some of those players are gonna look at the back of the mind, I think, of West Ham and say like, can we make that next level step and everything? And they're gonna feel the pressure more than we have because we've been in this position before as well, right? So the players are just gonna play, I think, freely, as you can see with Tottenham as well. And the forwards are now firing now, so I think it's gonna be a yeah. Let's go with 3-1 to Liverpool. Why not?
3-1 Liverpool. Okay. Damn. Yeah. To be honest,
And I'm
like
saying it with
West.
the defensive issues we have as well. Bear in mind.
Yeah, yeah, I got
Hey.
you.
Very gutsy,
I feel
yeah.
like yeah, West Ham
Man
is.
got a lot of confidence.
I feel like they will get a goal for sure. But they have Jared Bowen, Mikel Antonio, Benrahma, Lanzini, Suchek, who's been in crazy form. So yeah, I think they have a lot of threats going forward, and especially with Liverpool's defense. The attack has gotten going, so I backed them to score goals, but I think they'll concede as well. And you know what? I was leaning towards the Liverpool win, but after both of y'all predicted Arsenal, I'm gonna go with the 2-all draw.
Whoa!
Signing
Hey! I was being objective, all right. Like, come on. I clearly gave a proper
I'm not.
explanation. What's the
Bro,
explanation here? What is
I
the
was just
reasoning
being
then?
honest.
Yeah.
Okay, bro. Bro, I'm being honest too, bro. Honest.
Hey, if you can scroll back to the video, you can see his reasoning behind everything. As you can see, oh, after the okay, all right, but okay, all right. Anyway,
Yeah,
so
we'll see. All right. For the final game, we have Brighton versus Mourinho's Tottenham.
dead game.
Daddy game too. Zunair.
That game, yeah, I don't see anything happening without Harry Kane.
Yeah.
Um, but I don't know. It's a tough one because it if like Spurs can conjure something, they might be able to score. So yeah, I feel like it's gonna be a dead game. So, but yeah, I'm gonna go with Spurs 1, Brighton 0.
Yeah, that's man took my prediction. Now I'll go with the same. Thivian, how you feel?
You know, the thing is, though, what's very interesting about Brighton, actually, is that they should actually, according to XG, they should actually be way better than they are right now. The issue is they cannot, like, they're not clinical enough. That is
No,
the
no
issue.
way.
Wise, if they were more clinical, they would be better this season. They would be one of the like mid. They would be easily be mid-table. But because they're not like clinical enough, and their defense is not as good as comparatively to other people, that is the reason why. And I mean, like, they play a brilliant brand of football. I think a lot of people do appreciate what Brighton's trying to do, especially how they're trying to consistently play that, even though they're usually in the relegation spots close to them. So,
Yeah,
you know, and the question is like, okay, do they need like better players, or do they need to install more confidence in these players? These are the questions you need to ask as well. But obviously, Spurs is not doing pretty good. Brighton is like, you know, at the moment, and of course, like with Harry Kane injured, I think he's injured for a long period of time, or is it a short amount of time?
a couple weeks
Oh,
at
that
least.
is grim. And obviously, Son would have to step up big time.
Yeah,
Um, it's very. I'm actually gonna be gutful actually about this one. I think it's gonna be a Brighton 1-0 win. I know, like, it may sound crazy, but
Yeah.
Spurs tend to Spurs it up. I mean, even with Jose Mourinho's winning mentality, it still hasn't rubbed onto them. I mean, yeah, it's
I
it's
ain't complaining.
so yeah, 1-0 to Brighton.
Yeah, yeah, damn. Okay.
Man,
I
very
mean,
brave
honestly,
this day.
I would love for that to happen. I hate them, but yeah.
We
I
all
feel
do.
like without Kane, they're gonna struggle quite a bit. And Brighton's go-to in these high-profile games has been 1-0 recently. They beat Leeds 1-0. They lost to Arsenal 1-0. They lost to City 1-0. So I think they're gonna continue with that, and they're gonna lose to Tottenham 1-0. But I'm sure they will have their chances, and it could be a very cagey game. But at the end, I feel like Spurs will just manage to hold on.
I think a certain someone would hate our predictions right now, and I'm not talking about a Spurs fan. I'm talking about a certain.
Yeah, yeah. We can have one, bro, after the game. Hopefully, when Tottenham lose.
We'll see what happens, but yeah.
Yeah, these have been. So I think that's all the fixtures done. Um,
Hopefully, I do
we've
better
got.
this time around. I
Yeah,
would say I was kind of like. I mean, the only prediction that counts is the Liverpool win. Um,
okay.
I think I was the most charitable person. By the way, Zane, is there anything you want to do this time around, or you want to claim to do? Because we heard some things about charity, and I heard you're quite a charitable man at times. So is there anything you want to
Yeah.
say, bro?
I mean, it's the game's not this week, so maybe we'll make the announcement for the prediction
I
show
don't know. I
of
think
that
people want
week.
to hear it, man. I think people want to hear it right now.
Yeah, you think? All right, bro. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna announce that if Liverpool beat Manchester City or get a point versus Manchester City, I will donate $20 to UNICEF.
Oh, hey.
Ooh. You hear it here,
Let's hope he
folks. See,
does.
UNICEF,
Round
man.
of
We're doing a lot of things for
it.
you. Hey, why don't you shout us out sometimes? You know what I'm saying? We're very charitable. You know what I mean?
Share some of that love.
York Soccer Club.
Yo, I mean, what can we say? I think as well, like, if you can as well, please donate. Whether it be UNICEF, whether it be sick kids, etc., etc. Because again, a lot of people are living in conditions that are less fortunate, and we are very fortunate to be where we are right now. So when you can do help, please do help, as always.
Of course, of course. Any small help would be appreciated, and if it's towards a better cause, hey, why not put it on a game?
I
Bro,
mean,
if
I
we
guess
beat
it's a better
United,
cause. According to you, it's a better cause for you. So
Yeah, bro.
I'm
City
so
dropping points is charity to the world itself.
I mean,
So
yeah,
it's charity to football.
I'm just saying right now as well. I don't know about the whole city thing as well. They haven't won in Anfield in such a long time. What was the last time they won in Anfield? It was
let's
like
go,
I
bro.
don't
Let's
know.
go. got this.
That's what I'm saying. Like at the Etihad, I knew we'll always get like slapped and everything. At Anfield, I'm like, yeah, they haven't won in a while, so
Let's go,
They
bro.
haven't won it
That's
at
the
Anfield.
spirit we need.
Oh, that it's been pretty long.
it's actually been really long. I mean, you check the date. Like, when is it? Like, does anyone want to do a quick
So
Google search?
can even check.
Yeah, I'm checking. Hold up. That's actually pretty immense. Let's see 2016 because that's. Oh, damn. They did the double in 2016 as well.
Yeah, but when was the last time Man City
2016.
won against us?
Holy, they didn't even win in 2015.
I think it's like in 19 something. I'm not even joking about.
What? Seriously?
Bro, what? Yeah, yeah, wait, they haven't. I'm going all the way back to 2013. They haven't
No,
won.
just search up like when was the last time Man City beat Liverpool at Anfield.
That's the madness if that's true. 19 something. Beat Liverpool at Anfield. Oh, God. 2003. That was the last time they beat you
Oh,
at.
Damn.
that
Wait.
that's
Was
been
it in a
long.
league game or was it in a cup match?
I'm pretty sure it was a league game. Let me check again. Okay, bro, y'all better keep that record going. We don't need to let that.
Zen's gonna be wearing a Liverpool shirt for the match.
Okay, chill. I ain't gonna do that. It was the Prem, 2003. They won in the Prem.
Oh, they won in the Prem. Okay, well, okay. I don't know where I heard 90, but that's still a long record. I mean, what can I say?
That's a very long.
They lost 14 of their last 20 meetings. Actually, it's more now because this was last year. So, yeah.
Damn. All right.
That's pretty good.
Well, we'll keep an eye on that fixture and hopefully we'll get in some fans for that as well. The predictions.
Mm-hmm.
Um, as as for this week goes, we have quite a bit of interesting predictions, especially Arsenal United, dividing opinion
I,
on the
I
West.
I just want to put it out there for like the fixtures as well. In terms of Soccerworld what is it? What is it? The whole screenings and everything. I just want to say as well. In at least this season, United in terms of our screenings, against the established top six, they have not won yet.
Fraud screenings, bro.
So, will United break that curse on
Did you
Saturday or
did you
tomorrow?
screen? You didn't screen the FA Cup game, did you?
No, we didn't
Oh,
screen
that's
that.
why.
Yeah, I'm talking about the
Bro, we
league
don't,
game. I'm talking about the league
we
games,
didn't talk
bro.
about like the small cups.
Yeah, bro. Damn. All right, yo.
I'm
So
talking
it's
about
been
in
a
the league
pleasure.
as well, by the way, not like
I got,
Yeah.
I got you. Damn.
so. Yeah.
Yep. So it's been a pleasure talking to you guys about the game, and it's let's see how this goes. And I mean, at the end of the day, we can only predict so much, and these Premier League is a madness, so we may get all of them
Yeah,
wrong.
it
Who
really
knows?
is.
Yeah. So cheers, guys.
Take care.
Okay.